What's going on YouTube? My name is Pablo and I'm a car addict. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys a POV drive, but also after a lot of requests for this video, I'm going to be sending, well, not sending, I'm going to be making a video for you guys about my all the mods I have done to the car and how much they cost and approximately how much the install time was per mod. So I was just messing around with the camera because for some reason the GoPro had all different weird settings when I put it in my bag. So we are here and we are rolling. Anyway, thank you guys for joining. I'm almost at 500 subscribers. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed and is enjoying these videos, all guys and girls alike. Really having a good time making these videos for you and driving and showing you, you know, the car, the experience, New York City. Not much of the city yet, but I'll get there. But I have my little mod cheat sheet here because I had to look everything up that I have on the car and how much it costs and all that. So all right, so yeah, getting to the topic, you know, short and sweet. So I have on the car, I have a cold air intake. I have a high flow throttle body. I have Cook's headers. I have Cook's catted mid pipes. I have a Borla S-type exhaust, which I have the tips powder coated in gloss black, and I have an Evolution tuned software tune onto the ECU. So the first mod that I bought was a cold air intake. It's a JLT Performance cold air intake, and that with a red filter sleeve, I guess you can call it, was $383 shipped. And you can estimate probably 30 minutes or an hour of mechanic time to have that installed. Should be able to get a little bit of a pull here, so I will be quiet for a second. Oh, maybe not. Or maybe yes. Okay. So yeah, so that was my first mod. Second mod that I did was a BBK Performance 85mm throttle body. That was $490 shipped, and that is about a 1 hour install time because they have to install it and then they have to go through a throttle relearning sequence, which is in the box. So that was, you know, those two mods were short and sweet and relatively inexpensive. The cold air intake, I like to have them on the cars just to, you know, I know it's not a crazy difference or the horsepower. I love the sound. I've always loved the sound of a cold air intake, and I like the fact that I can see the filter and clean it, quite honestly, and just to know that the car is getting whatever amount of more pure air, in my mind maybe, than having just like a box there. The throttle body, throttle body was a nice improvement because it really made the car feel a little bit more snappy. The next mod that I have, let's see, the Cook's headers. Cook's headers were $1,693 shipped. I opted to get a very high temperature polished steel finish on them, you know, just to resist years of wear and tear and to hopefully keep them more intact. So that was another like $300 from Cook's. And at the same time, the Cook's 3-inch catted mid pipe was $1,287 shipped. So that was a big expense. I opted for it because my vision for this car was to have the most naturally aspirated high performance car I could make out of this car. So that was the reason why I got it. and I'll speak about at the end of this like what really brought it all into one beautiful piece. So the install time for the headers was about 6 to 7 hours, and the install time for the mid pipes was about 1 to 2 hours. For the mid pipes, I did opt to get oxygen sensor adapters, I guess you can call them, to hopefully not throw as many codes and, you know, lights and all that stuff. That really didn't work as much because, you know, you're running more rich, you're getting more air through it, so the O2 sensors were bothering me for a while. I did get the O2 sensors tuned out through the tune, and I'll explain to you guys a little bit later about that. So yeah, so cold air intake, high flow throttle body, Cook's headers, Cook's mid pipe, and Borla Type S exhaust, which you can hear right now if I get around this Tesla. And that's how the whole package sounds. I love it. For me, it was worth every penny. All right, so Borla, well, crash. So the Borla Type S exhaust was $1,900, $1,900. Catback exhaust. My shop threw in the powder coating gloss black for free. Since they knew I was doing all of this work to the car, they just threw in the powder coating for free. So yeah, so bolt-on wise, that's all that I have done to the car. And the last piece, which was the most expensive and the most troublesome, was the Evolution tuned software tune. That, with the tune itself, with the PCM unlock, with the data logging and like the test driving, was $2,750. It's a big expense. Now, I had saved up a nice bit of money to do all of these mods to the car. So for me, it was within my reach. And the major benefit that I saw after doing all of the mods and then doing the tune was that the car just ran amazing. It really throws you forward in the high RPMs. There's torque available everywhere on the rev band. I had a little bit of an issue throwing codes at the beginning until the car got used to the amount of flow and air and all that stuff, and I have been check engine light free for a couple of months. Now, it does come up here and there on either really hot and humid days or really cold days here in New York City. I did get some oxygen sensor lights, which I then bought a little handheld scanner on Amazon, and I just clear it myself. Yeah, so the like tune like really brought all of the mods really nicely like into one feel of the car, which I wanted from the beginning. It was expensive. It was annoying because I opted to buy another PCM in order to have one PCM that was tuned and one PCM that was not, just in case in the future if I want to sell it or I have to pop it into like the dealer for something and they want to give me a hard time about the warranty, I can just swap out the PCMs and have one of them that is running the stock software and one of them that is running the modified software. So that was an additional cost of about, I can't remember exactly at the moment, but it was between $700 and $800 from the Jeep dealer. Obviously, Jeep dealers vary in price probably all across the world and the country. So that was something I wanted to do, just to have one of the PCMs out getting serviced while I was still able to drive the car every day. And then once the PCM was unlocked and tuned, they mailed it back to my shop and we did the swap. So that was an added cost, which some of you guys may or may not want to do, just in case, to have one PCM with the software and one of them with not. Just maybe an option for you guys to think about. I did all my work at my I want to call it my, you know, childhood shop, because I started going there when I was 17 years old with my Volkswagen. It's close to 20 years now. I did all my work at a predominantly Euro tuner shop in Ridgewood, Queens, New York City, called Throttle Sport. Great guys. I have trusted them blindly with all of my cars. They had never steered me wrong. They have never done anything to my cars that didn't feel better than factory. Same thing goes for this. They installed it right the first time. They do it right the first time, and you don't have to go back and ask them for anything else. So I wanted to do it right, and I really trust these guys. You know, Mike has been a very honest shop for a very long time. I remember when I started going to him in his mom's house in Whitestone. He had a garage in the back of his mom's house, and he had dug a hole into the concrete to be able to work underneath cars. And I had a Volkswagen. It was mostly Volkswagens. They mostly work on Volkswagen, Audi, Porsche, BMW, but I felt confident just going to him with whatever I wanted to do to the car. So yeah, so Throttle Sport, worth the visit. I highly recommend these guys to anybody with any car, any model, any year, whatever it is. The only thing is that since they don't work on, you know, SRTs and American cars, like, they kind of just had to learn the process of like the PCM unlock, and it was kind of a learning curve. But I was patient enough, and luckily I have the train, you know, not far from my apartment, so it worked out. It worked out. So yeah, guys, so that's the mod list I have done to the car. Wow, what is that? Okay, yeah, that's the mod list I have done to the car. You know, not cheap by any means, but like I said, when I had gotten this car, I started to save, and I really just wanted to make of this car what I imagined like an old school American muscle car to be, which was just, you know, big engine, big exhaust, big tubes, like a good, you know, complete package of just fun. And whenever I do pulls like that, always puts a smile on my face, man. Love it. Love this car. I didn't think I was gonna love it this much, but that's just what it is. All right, guys, that's it for me. Time to relax, spend some time with the wife and the dog, and thank you guys so much for joining me again on one of my videos. Please click like, please hit the like button, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I will continue to make more videos. I do have on my list to do a you know, walk around introduction. You guys can see my face, I can talk a little bit more, you guys can get to know me a little bit more. You know, just a walk around of the car, just to show you guys the interior, you know, all the mods. Like, I can show you like the cold air intake, the throttle body. I can try to get under the car and, you know, show you the exhaust pipes, you know, whatever I can do. But that's definitely on the list. I have to do the pedal commander video, which another YouTuber asked me about, and I've just been slacking because I get home late and I'm tired, and I don't want to start messing around with the car and maybe mess something up. And yeah, I have some other stuff in the pipeline, but honestly can't think about it right now. I have it in a notebook somewhere at my house. But anyway, guys, that's the mod list. This is the real prices of what I had paid for it. Real ballpark picture of install times if you're gonna have a shop install it. For me, it was worth every penny. I really love the way the car feels, the way the car drives. It rips as if it's just, I can just step on the gas and just have torque all the way through the rev band, and it's beautiful. Like, to me, it's a beautiful, fun, raw, muscular kind of drive. So all right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Smash up those like buttons, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.